Hello everybody, if you want to know where I am right now, I'm in a cruise. I'm sailing away from England. We're going to Norway, and if you want to follow everything I'm doing, all the pictures I'm gonna take, just follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna leave the Instagram here below. But this is not what the video is about, so let's go to the point. In this video we will talk about everything that is new in Lightroom 2022. And actually the artificial intelligence and the masking, oh my gosh, it's crazy. So let's go to the point. Intro. Okay, we're here in Lightroom and we're going to talk about the changes that Lightroom has in this new Lightroom 2022. If you didn't update it, you have to, because it's very, very good. The changes are amazing, especially with the masking. It's incredible. They're using artificial intelligence now. It became really a very powerful software. So let's come here where all the tools are. This is all the same thing. As you can see, the organization, everything is the same. Big change is here in this line over here, in this section over here. We're gonna have the crop overlay, it's still the same, no worries. You have here also the spot removal is the same thing. And then you have the red eye correction. It's also the same thing. But here with the masking is the big change. Remember that here we used to have the brush, the linear gradient, and then the radial gradient. All of these things here, they're gone. But they're not gone from the software. They're just gone from this line. Now they're all here. You see here masking, this dot here. Let's click it and we're going to have these options. As you can see here, you have the brush, the linear gradient. They are not gone, they are here. But now this section is divided in three to make it easier to understand, okay? The top ones, these two over here, are basically artificial intelligence. Then we have the three that we had before. But remember when you were doing linear gradient or radial gradient, even with the brush, you had the option to select a part of the image and then the option to reselect it with color range or luminance, like to make a more specific selection. Well, now you cannot do it using these options. Now you have to do it separate. They have it here. But let me tell you something, it's better. Let's start with the top one, select subject and select sky. I mean, the names are saying everything. We don't need to explain much what they do. But the artificial intelligence is incredible. You don't need to be brushing the sky or using the linear gradient and luminance to separate the sky. Not anymore. For example, select sky. I just click it and now Lightroom is doing the magic. It's doing the magic. You just have to be patient because they're working hard inside the machine to make it perfect. Look at this. It's so cool. There's little mistakes here, but come on, it's a computer. And still, you can fix that. How can you fix that? You are gonna click here in Add, and then you have these options. I will choose Brush, and then of course you have the selection of the size of the brush, and you can start adding here this little part that is missing. Okay, it's very simple. Now let's erase this mask. Now we saw how this sky works, it's amazing. And select the subject. Now let's use this one over here. Again, Lightroom is working hard, it's doing the magic. And boom, look at this, very nice. Again, there's a little mistake here, but we are making Lightroom work so hard. This is there's no much contrast in here. She has a very white dress, very similar than the sky. So still is a very good selection. Look at this. Look at the edges here of the dress. It's perfect. Actually, like I was telling you, if we zoom, we can see the mistake is over here. It's just over here. But in this case, because we want to erase this, you can come here to the mask. You see the mask, you click it, you select it, you put subtract, and then you're gonna use the brush. And then you can see here you have the size, the feather, the flow. You can go to the flow like at 100%, and density also 100% because you wanna erase everything. And then you just start to erase. As you can see, it's very simple. You can come very close, very close. If you do a proper zoom, you can actually do it perfectly. I'm not doing it perfectly. I'm just trying to show you how to do it, but actually it's working really nice. You got the point. You can go all the way down, all the way here, and you got the point how to do it. You can make the size smaller, so when you come here, you don't touch them, and simple as that, okay? Let's erase this mask. Let's actually go back to the size also of the picture. Now, let's talk about the color range here. Before we go here, because we already know how to use the brush, the linear gradient and radial gradient. We know already these ones. So let's go here in this color range, okay? When we select color range, Then when you come to the picture, you will see this like ink pencil or something. We are gonna get close and let's select, for example, the skin. We click it and look at this. It selected the skin perfectly. It's amazing. It's incredible how this artificial intelligence is working here in the new Lightroom. Let's do something very interesting that is actually the most complicated thing to understand, but when you get it, you get it. It's very simple. Let's delete the masks. And now we're gonna do a linear gradient. There you go, something like this. What happens if I want to select this linear gradient, all of this, but I don't want to select the subjects? So then we're going to do something really cool. Instead of be brushing all of this, it's crazy. We come here in the mask, we go to these three dots, and you're going to have here intersect mask with. And this is pretty cool because we're gonna kind of create a second mask, and whatever these two masks are touching is what is going to be selected and affected by whatever we do, okay? So that's why it's an intersection. So let's click here and let's select the subject. So basically the subject is gonna be the second mask, and that's the intersection that we're going to have, okay? We click select the subject, and now Lightroom is doing the magic. As you can see now, the subject is selected, but it's just the half of it. Now the question is, why is the half of the subject selected? It's because it's an intersection. Remember, we have another mask here. You see this square? That's the other mask. So between this mask and the subject, this is the only part that is intersecting. And this is pretty cool because then you can come here to this side where it says invert, and you invert. And now look at this. You have this linear gradient that you created, but without the subject. And this is pretty cool. I'm gonna show you another example so we can understand better how this intersection works, okay? So let's click done here, and let's go to another picture. Okay, in this case, what happened if I want to do something with the shoes of this gentleman? Okay, I want to do something with the shoes. Oh my gosh, you have to do like a zoom, and you have to do a brush, and you have to be very meticulous to work in the shoes because you can touch the floor, you can touch, oh my God, forget it. We're going to do this intersection. Let's come to the masks. We're going to select the subject, and this is the first thing we do because when it's selecting the subject, it's selecting the shoes, but not the floor, not the car, nothing. It's just the subject. As you can see, here is in detail. It's not even touching the floor at all. It's just the subject. So we want just the shoes. Okay, let's come to the mask here, and we're going to do this intersection. Intersect mask with, and we're going to choose the brush. Now we're going to zoom in so you can see what is happening. So now we have the brush, and you will say, yeah, but now you're gonna brush the shoes and it's gonna be the same thing, it's very meticulous. No, because if I look at this, I'm brushing now the floor, nothing's happening. Why? Because there's no intersection here. What is selected is the subject. And to explain better, I'm gonna make a line from the top to the bottom. Look what is going to happen. It's just painting the shoe. I'm gonna make another line here, and just the shoe. Why is painting just the shoe? Because that's the intersection. The brush that I'm doing now is intersecting the subject that was selected, the other mask. So then it's easy because you can actually do like this. Even if you touch the floor, there's no problem. You just have to be careful here in the jeans, not to touch much the jeans, just here. But then the rest, like crazy, you don't care about it because nothing's gonna happen with the floor. And then you just come here to finish. Careful with the jeans. But then again, it's very easy. And now if we zoom out, we can see that it's just selecting the shoes. And now we can do crazy things like making his shoes like they are pearl shoes. Look at this. It's horrible. But this is the point of the intersection. Then you put done and it's done. So you have a world of things to do. So you just have to experiment. Go in Lightroom right now, open the masking and start to play, experiment. And you will start with your creativity to make crazy things. Because you can combine intersection with the linear gradient, with the, then I don't know, the radial gradient. Do crazy things. This is the only way you're going to learn. Guys, if you like this video, you know what to do. Subscribe and leave me a like. And you know what? More than 75% of the people that are watching my videos are not subscribed. What is going on? Just click in the button below and subscribe. Until next time.
Yeah, gotta get mine.